A hard rain's a-gonna fall, a storm of images. A different kind of protest. If blowin' in the wind is calm and questioning, a hard rain's a-gonna fall is overwhelming and intense. Also released on the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan in 1963, it is one of the young Dylan's most ambitious and poetic works. Rather than asking gentle questions, it pours out a flood of strange, powerful, and frightening images, like visions seen in a nightmare or a fever. It shows that Dylan was not only a protest singer but a genuine poet. The old form and the new vision. The song is built on the shape of a very old folk ballad, a traditional question and answer song in which a worried parent questions a child returning from a journey. Dylan borrows this ancient frame and fills it with entirely modern terror. A voice asks a young traveler where he has been and what he has seen, and the traveler answers with an astonishing catalogue of visions. The contrast between the simple, old form and the wild, new content is part of the song's strange power. A catalogue of nightmares. The images come one after another, without explanation, and each is more haunting than the last. The traveler describes wild and broken landscapes, crowds of suffering people, and scenes of cruelty and sorrow. He speaks of the young and the helpless surrounded by danger, of roads paved with sadness, of voices that are never heard. He does not tell us what these images mean. Instead, he lets them accumulate, until we feel the weight of a whole world in pain. The fear of the age. The song was written at a moment of extreme fear. The world was living under the shadow of the Cold War, when the two great powers threatened each other with nuclear weapons, and many believed that human civilization might be destroyed at any moment. Some listeners assumed that the hard rain of the title meant nuclear fallout, the deadly poison that would follow an atomic explosion. Dylan himself resisted this narrow reading. The hard rain, he suggested, was something larger, a great reckoning, a coming storm of truth and suffering that humanity would have to face. The promise at the end. For all its darkness, the song does not end in despair. In its final verse, the traveler declares what he will do now that he has seen so much. He will go back out into the world, he will speak and think and tell the truth about what he has witnessed, before the hard rain falls. This is the song's moral heart. Knowledge of the world's suffering brings a duty, not to look away, but to bear witness and to act. Why the images matter. The song marked a huge step forward in what a popular song could be. Dylan showed that a song did not have to state its meaning plainly. It could work like modern poetry, through images and suggestion, trusting the listener to feel and interpret. This technique of building meaning from a rush of vivid pictures would become one of the defining features of his mature style, and it influenced countless songwriters who came after him. Language notes. The song's title uses informal, spoken English. A gonna is a traditional, non-standard way of saying going to. You will hear such forms in old folk and blues songs. Notice too the repeated structure, where a question is followed by a long list of answers, a device that creates a hypnotic, building intensity. Useful words include a reckoning, a moment when wrongs must be faced, to witness, to see something important and be able to report it, a vision, a powerful mental image, often of the future, and fallout, the dangerous dust left after a nuclear explosion.